For the longest time, train simulator games have been neglected with multiplayer and the ability to either play in a simulation-type game or a tycoon game with friends, and now finally we have another one. Joining us is SimRail 2021, the railway simulator. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back. It's a pleasure to see you all here. Welcome to all of you new members. Thanks for smashing that join button and hanging out for what I hope is going to be yet another great train game coming to Steam very soon. You can play this one today, by the way, in a demo, but this game will allow you to be a train driver and a dispatcher with friends in multiplayer, and I cannot recommend games like SimRail and Train Life, a railway simulator, Railroads Online, and even Train Sim World 2 enough. There's many other train simulator games out there, some of which I've never even heard of or played, and also some that I want to play some more. So thanks again for smashing like to support the video, and we got to spread the word about this multiplayer train simulator. There's not enough of these games. There's a few plane simulators out there, a few trucking simulators out there, and there's some real standout examples. But as for trains, I don't know if we actually have a shining example aside from Train Simulator, which I think costs, what, almost $30,000 or more to play. I'm not kidding either. Go to Steam and type in Train Simulator, and literally every DLC is over $30,000. You'd have to like sell your house just to be able to play that and get a computer good enough to do that. But this is a train simulation on a budget, I suppose, and with friends, even better. So let's jump in as a train driver and take our first look at SimRail 2021. Alright, well, it looks like the developers are from Poland, and this is one of those Playway games, and I can already see Katowice there on the side. So it looks like for railway line number 1, we'll command a 316-kilometer long railway from Warsaw to Katowice, and maximum speed will be 160 kilometers. Cool. Let's see how it plays out. And again, I cannot wait to play this with friends. This is going to be really exciting. Alright, so you can see that we have a tutorial to select from. We have a passenger train, and it looks like we're just going to be learning the basics here, and the next mission will be the same thing but without the tutorial. And let's see if we can see all trains. Okay, this is all that's available for the moment, but again, a demo, and of course a modern train simulator, which is fantastic. That's good.
Welcome to SimRail demo. You are at Dąbrowa Górnicza-Ząbkowice station. Today you will run passenger train 4665 on the section Dąbrowa Górnicza-Ząbkowice, Będzin. You will use the 34WE electric multiple unit to operate it. First, we have to start by preparing the train. Walk towards the train and leave the cover panel next to the entrance doors.
Alright, before we do that, I just want to say I love the skybox. It looks great. And the lighting is good too, as well as the design of the tracks. I mean, it's just gravel and such, but it looks good, and that's nice for a simulator. It looks like most of the details will be on the track, the trains themselves, and of course the areas directly surrounding the tracks, like the station, and also the areas that are just like probably about a block or two from the actual train itself. Again, this is a train simulator, not necessarily like a driving simulator, so roads and things like that won't be as detailed as expected. But I've also noticed that looking straight down, we kind of like bow forward, which might be good for those working dispatch or switching any of the junctions or whatnot. And the train itself looks really good too. And I'm curious, in multiplayer, if we'll be able to have players who are playing dispatch come down and actually switch seamlessly to drive the trains too. If it's a game where, you know, friends can just kind of join together and whatnot, I wonder if we can be in the same trains, or if there's a way where we can see each other and actually, you know, have somebody go up into the dispatch tower or whatnot and then walk back down. And so you can do whatever you want. It's a simulator, of course, but it's also a game where we want to simulate doing whatever we want. So things like, for example, shunting and working together to move freight cargo around, which is part of the game, will also be cool in addition to passenger stuff.
Now switch on the battery, and then close the cover.
Alright, so we actually get to start the train here. That's kind of cool.
It's time to enter the cabin. Use the 1 key.
I think we can come in through the doors, though. The train also looks really good. Love the paint job. Love the special little notifications and things here for the train, and all of its safety features. And you can even see that they have side view mirrors too, which I believe is realistic for this train. I believe this is a German model that's exported to Poland, but we'll see inside some of the controls, and it definitely reminds me a lot of the trains I've seen in Train Sim World.
Now, turn on the radio telephone. It will allow you to communicate with the dispatcher during the entire journey.
Oh, very nice. Okay, well, the details look good here too. Obviously, a lot of lighting above us and air conditioning. Areas around the windshield look good, and everything kind of has a texture to it. There's our emergency brake, and our that would be our local brake, forwarder, aka direction control, drive handle, and we've got things here like our computer and other gauges and such on the dash. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of these light up too Oh yeah, like for example the pantograph in order to get power into the train. Yes, the vigilance button. I'm sure we're going to have to be smashing that like crazy in this game. I'm sure it hasn't been fully programmed out yet. We'll see. All right, let's flip on that radio.
Activate the cabin by turning the switch clockwise to the first position. Our vehicle is powered by electricity from overhead contact line system, so it's necessary to lift the pantograph. Use the button or a spacebar on a keyboard to deactivate the CA/SHP security system. These systems will regularly check your alertness while driving. Our vehicle is powered by electricity from overhead contact line system, so it's necessary to lift the pantograph.
So in order to turn this knob to the left, we have to push it up to the mouse has to go up to the right, which is weird. You'd think you'd just grab it and then maybe push left, and then it'll just click, left or right, depending on, clockwise or counterclockwise. There's a pantograph there.
It's time to enter the cabin. Use the 1 key.
So he wants us to enter the first-person view, but I wanted to see the pantograph come up,
Now,
and it sure did.
close the quick circuit breaker. Wait for a quick circuit breaker to close, and also wait for the converter and compressor to start. The correct operation of these devices is necessary, for example, to supply the braking system of a train. Now, set the forward direction. Turn the headlights to the drive position. During the day, you can dim them to not blind the other trains.
Another thing to consider, too, is that a lot of these controls, at least at the moment, might be Polish abbreviations. So normal drive mode is abbreviated with JW. Now, I don't know if that's a German abbreviation, a Polish abbreviation, or an English abbreviation for all modes of lighting control, but that's definitely something to consider. Looks like it's also down here for the door control, too. We have OP and OL, which might mean open left, open right for the doors. That'll be important when we reach the station. So we have to dim our lights too, so that means we're going to go up and left.
Move the brake lever to the drive position. Hold down the main brake line button.
Alright, that'll move our brake pipe or brake hose down to 0. You can see it in the lower right corner on the HUD bar. I'm sure we can turn that off too if you want a full realistic experience.
Use the call button on your radio telephone to confirm the readiness to the train dispatcher.
Now this might be interesting for multiplayer with, train enthusiasts and friends and whatnot. I wonder if two people can sit next to each other and kind of like operate the train together. One can, be with when the train goes one direction and then travel when it goes back the other. That'd be kind of cool. All right, let's telephone for clear to depart.
Ząbkowice, 4665, ready to approach the platforms.
Wait for a white light to appear on the semaphore that will allow you to drive towards the platform.
4665, clear to approach the platform.
Okay.
Push the throttle forward to accelerate. You can use the plus key on an ampad. Control the throttle not to exceed 25 km per hour speed limit.
Okay, we got to keep under 25 even though it says 75 down there. So let's proceed. Probably give it about 25% power and goes up rather quickly. There we go. Okay, so we're sitting at 25. Oh, just tapping the minus key slows it right down. It goes right into braking. Okay, so we'll... Oh, okay, and double tap brings us straight to 0. So that's a cruise mode. Okay, that's something to consider. That's going to be tricky. I would rather do it with the keyboard controls than the actual on-screen controls, because any sort of mouse movement could fling us right into emergency brake mode, as that just tried to do with the vigilance system. I knew it. I knew that thing was going to try to hinder our fun. We'll have to hit that button continuously. So, the train looking good. We're finally moving. Factories and stuff in the background look great. The train's cool. We're only going a short distance. We're probably going to stop at every station on the way, so it's going to be a long but a short drive. And we'll have to continuously slam the vigilance button on our way, I'm sure. And we don't want to exceed 25, but we're about ready to start anyway. We'll wait until he cues us via audio.
Move the lever backwards or use the minus key on an ampad to brake.
Okay, I'm sure the vigilance button's going to hit us in a minute. There we go. Come to a full stop here. Oh, look, everybody's coming to
Allow
the train.
Passengers to open the doors by rotating the switch to the correct side.
Oh, that's awesome. Usually in most games they kind of just wander around on the station, but here they're actually gathering in front of the door and not giving any space for anybody else to exit, which is totally realistic. That's cool, dude. That's a feature most games just ignore, is people actually being in position to board a bus or whatnot. Some of the bus simulators do it, but then they kind of just line up in single file. It doesn't look as realistic.
Wait until the departure time. Close the doors after the train manager is ready, and ride the train according to the timetable, which you can slide out on the left-hand side of a screen. You can see the approximate semaphore indications and upcoming speed limits on the top right corner of a screen. Your speedometer will show you the set power, current speed limit and current brake power. Your train stops at every station and train stop. Pay close attention to indicators and semaphores. Also pay attention to dispatcher commands.
4665, ready for departure.
The lever is in the braking position. Push it forward. It's time to enter the cabin. Use the 1 key. The lever is in the braking position. Push it forward. Hold down the main brake line button. Push the throttle forward to accelerate.
Alright, we're good to go, my man. Let's not goof this up. We'll try to go slow. We don't want to goof anything up. As we take a look now at the platforms and such around us, and we're generating air pressure for the brakes too. Alright, very nice. Yeah, so that was a cool little detail. The doors seem to close as well. We're not necessarily in control of the doors. We're more in control of the locking of the doors, so we don't open and close those. Oh. Vigilance button was about to attack us. I just hit it, you son of a... Oh, now it's going to try to 100% break us. Bro. Oh, that's going to be annoying. I'm hoping that there's a way to turn that off in the future, because that might actually throw off the line and such. In a multiplayer game, you could imagine that everyone needs to be at full attention and consciousness when doing this. Almost more like a full-time job than it is like a simulator or a game. Otherwise, yeah, your trains will come to a dead stop, and imagine the dispatchers having to slow things down repeatedly in order to make room for that. I don't mind it. It is realistic, and it is a safety feature that is definitely necessary, but it's a bit much for, you know, kind of a tutorial or whatnot, and that kind of just mentions to you to hit it once at the start, but not that you'll have to continuously. It's basically a check-in button. You know, it's basically just saying, I'm not dead, I'm not dead, I'm not dead. Alright. Well, brake pressure is looking fine. So our speed limit here is 25, and then I think it's up to 75 when we get outside the rails. It displays on the map, too, when you're choosing your missions and whatnot. But it looks like there'll be many areas to go within Poland. Now, hopefully Germany is a part of that as well, and more of Western Europe, too, as they, of course, just have more train lines that go to more common locations. But Poland's fine. It's totally fine to be here and shunt cargo around in any other location. For freight, hopefully we get to go over some borders and go into some interesting places.
After leaving the station, you can accelerate to the scheduled speed.
And we got about 2,000 feet before we do that. Confusing that they're dealing with feet in the upper right corner, but then also kilometers per hour, switching between the two. Would be nice to just go full metric or full imperial, depending on what your preference is. Oh, here we go. We're about to be attacked. Okay. We popped flares. Avoided that missile. The Fun Patrol coming in and trying to stop us with a direct strike. And we should be able to go up to 75 now. There we go. But we're probably not going to go anywhere over 40, because the next station comes up pretty quick. From what I see on the map, it seems to be about every... well, as you can see, there are 3,000... Nope, and too late on the vigilance button again. Bro, I'm trying to look around, man. That's really ruining my experience. Jeez, and then we got to go through the whole startup process again. That's the only bit here that I'm not liking. All right, well, I guess we'll have to just be... I want to give, of course, you guys a show of looking around and looking at the trees and the landscape and what there is to see and how it's presented. But I guess we'll have to just go into this mode now, and this is where we're going to have to lock down in this perspective now, so that way we don't miss anything from the Buzz Killington button. Oh man, leave me alone. All right, so we got about, like I mentioned, not very far to the next station. It's only about 2,000 feet away. Alright, initiate Buzz Killington. Yeah, so if you're in like third-person mode and you're looking around and having a good time and taking screenshots or whatever, guess who's going to be you're going to get the fun police called on you. Okay, so station is about 2,000 feet away. Like I mentioned, we don't want to go too far over 40. I can feel the Buzz Killington coming on. Here it comes. Any second. You're approaching the stop. Oh, big leg there. And we got about 1,000 feet to go. Buzz Killington. There we go. Don't even try. Okay, open those right doors again. Alright, so people getting off. That is a long station platform. I don't know exactly where we're supposed to stop here. Maybe closer towards the end, but probably a better idea just to stop safely anytime we can.
4665, ready for departure.
The lever is in the braking position. Push it forward.
Well, no, we don't want to do that just yet, sir. That's misleading. Also, I was assuming we needed to wait for okay from command or whatever. Dispatch. There we go.
Push the throttle forward to accelerate.
Yeah, got to build that brake pressure. There it goes. So I'm definitely going to have to practice on the braking in this game. Plenty of games that we played. Again, Train Life, a railway simulator. And then we also did, more recently, Derail Valley and also Diesel Railcar Simulator. And then, of course, Railroads Online. So every game has its own kind of braking procedures and safety procedures in them. Some having a little less, of course, as the as some of the trains that are older don't really... There's no such thing as safety, only profits. And then safety becomes a hindrance to profits. And then thus safety is just a way to maintain profits. Not for actual safety. So, you know, more modern trains and such mean more complexity. Things like the vigilance button, and then, of course, planning those timetables down to the T. Oh, cool. Another train coming by. Very nice. Now, I looked for a hotkey for the vigilance button, too, and there doesn't seem to be one that you can assign at the moment in the demo, and it doesn't seem to have one listed. So if there's a hotkey for the vigilance button, I don't know what it is, and it's not listed or cannot be changed. So that is something to definitely keep an eye on in the future. Got a next stop
You are
coming
approaching
up.
the next stop.
Yes, we are. Am I flinging this down? I must be flinging this down into full emergency brake. Unnecessarily. It's hard to see what... Oh my god. Buzz Killington. Oh, we can actually... Wait a minute. Oh, 3 cameras like a no-clip camera. Allowing us to go... wait a minute. Oh, there's actually an external camera. Where we can almost walk outside the train. And then also cameras for either side. That's cool for loading passengers. That makes it helpful. Now, I'm wondering if we can walk as if we're a passenger here. Oh, well, now we're walking like we're 12 feet tall, but... Yeah, cool to see the platform actually interactable. Like, we can kind of walk on it, though we're a little too tall. No jump button either, but it is cool to simulate being a passenger. Very nice. Okay, well, the farm fields look good. The cities and such look great. Is there an actual map that we can see for the rest of the route? I guess not. Not at the moment. But, yeah, interesting to see it all play out, though. Lots of nice buildings and lots of nice sights and sounds and the ability to haul cargo. Now this is just a part of the tutorial which allows us to go to all the destinations that were on the map, and of course then the ability to do it without the tutorial. So that's pretty much what's available so far. Alright, so in that previous route there's 2 missions to do on railway line number 1. So there's 6 stops on each of those 2 scenarios, the tutorial itself and then the actual running of the train line. It looks like there could be 2 more to unlock for freight and cargo too. We'll have to select scenery and scenario and do some more in the future. There's more than likely going to be the ability to haul some cargo, and I'd like to see that as well. So we'll take a look at that as soon as we have some extra time to do so. And I can't wait to see more vehicles in the game and more places to go. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for taking a look at our first look at SimRail 2021. A standard and pretty typical train simulator, though we're not able to take a look at everything until multiplayer is available. I'd also like to see what's in the depot and how to do dispatcher, but just kind of keep this as a first look, FYI, of what there is to offer. Now, as a side note, I've also seen steam trains in this game too, so we'll be able to operate modern electric passenger trains. We'll also be able to do diesel electric trains and also older steam trains. So I don't know if that's kind of a heritage line or if there's different periods of time that we can jump through, but it does appear that with the thing over here on the right side, the dispatcher, there might be possibly a way to jump back to earlier times of steam and do things manually in different procedures, maybe of like the, let's say, the 20s, the 50s, and maybe the 2000s or something along those lines, you know, more modern times. So that'd be interesting to see, and I will see you all next time. Thanks again for being here, everybody, and we'll check out some freight line and such in the future if you'd like to, and make sure you smash that like button. Thanks again for subscribing, and I hope you all enjoyed at least the first look at what she has to offer. That vigilance button, oh man, oh man, oh man. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everyone. Take care.